Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. It is Monday, and you know what that means. That means we got some mail today over the weekend, got some stuff in right here. I'm going to show that off in a minute, but first a couple things. Big day in our family yesterday. It was great because Jessica graduated from high school, and so I have no more kids in high school. They're in college, and it's bittersweet for sure. I was kind of going through a funk a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm just so proud of her and proud of my son, and so that's all kind of past, and I'm just ready to move on and get on with the next chapter of life, which is great, and that includes baseball cards. So we're going to talk about that. Another thing is I got a great response yesterday from my kind of Hall of Fame should be ends kind of thing, a what if kind of scenario, comparing players and looking at other players. And I really think I'm going to do at least one or maybe two more episodes of that because I got a lot of great suggestions in the comments of other players that should be considered. The old, if Harold Baines is in the Hall of Fame, then ... And so I also want to do a whole episode maybe on pitchers, so I've got some great ideas for that coming up. And that's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that research and looking everything up, so I kind of geek out over it. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the third thing I want to say before I get to the cards is if you're doing anything tonight, hey, come by tonight because at 8 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to have someone on my channel. We're going to do a new episode of Beyond Cardboard. And if it's any hint to you, I'm wearing his t-shirt right here. Bam. Pat Geek. Jeff Hoffer's going to be on my Beyond Cardboard episode tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time. Be there, and that'll be a lot of fun. Here we go. Let's look at some cards. Hang on one second. All right, so here we go. I got a nice little assortment of things today. And the first card I'm going to show is this one right here. Sammy Sosa. This is a 1996 Leaf Signature Series autograph card. And this is part of the top 300 cards by Mike Payne. And so I got it raw because it's really hard to find these graded. And what I'm planning on doing is taking this to the National with me and getting it graded at the National. I've got several other cards, and when I do my National prep video, probably in the next month or so, I will definitely have this card in there and show you the other things I plan on submitting to PSA while I'm there. Get it back there just to not screw with the shipping. I'll pay the extra money just to get it back to me while I'm at the show. So I'm looking forward to that. This is my 218th card for the top 300 cards by Mike Payne. So I'm really excited. I mean, finding these cards now has gotten really, really expensive, as other guys that do this set, like Ray from Philly and Joey Brings It, can attest to. You know, once you get up near 200, stuff starts getting pretty pricey. And so I was just glad to add this. Even if it's raw, I'll get it to PSA and get it graded and go from there. Then it can go on the registry. These cards, however, are part of my 3-decade set, and the first one here, I got 3 cards from the same guy, and what's great about them is they were incredibly inexpensive. I paid delivered $15 for these 3 slabs, and none of them, you know, they're not big cards, but when you can get slabs for $5 a piece, that's delivered, that's a pretty good deal. And so this one's an 88 Topps Eddie Murray. Guy, I remember picking this card up a lot when I was a kid. I opened so much 88 Topps. I literally I actually threw away like 2 or 3 5,000 count boxes of 88 Topps. Literally just threw it away because I had so much of it. And so really just glad to get this card in a nice mint 9, Eddie Murray. Record breaker, I think, for switch hitting home runs. God, I read this card so much. I need to, let's see. Or he belts switch hit home runs in 2 straight games. That's pretty cool. First player in history to hit 2 or to go switch hit home runs in 2 straight games. So that's pretty neat. Good deal. Next up is a 1989 Topps Gary Carter record breaker. Hall of Famer. Shout out to all the Gary Carter fans out there, and I know there's a bunch of them. So this is only a near mint 8, but I didn't really care. It wasn't like a high, big card. So sets record for career putouts. Very nice. Good job, Gary. Way to set that record. And then the last card, again, these were $5 a piece for these three, is Tim Raines. And I love this card because it's 89 tops, which is just, there's plenty of it. But I love his name, Rock Raines. I think for a time he wanted to be called Rock Raines. And so it's funny because usually PSA will put however the name is on the card on the flip. And they didn't put Rock Raines on the flip. They put Tim Raines on the flip. So that's kind of interesting to me. I wonder what it says on the back. Oh, look, he's just Rock Raines on the back. And if you don't know why he's called Rock Raines, let me give you a hint. It has to do with cocaine. So not necessarily a good thing to be called Rock Raines for, but there you go. That's Tim Raines 1989 tops in a mint 9. All right, my last card may have come with it a little bit of controversy, and I'm not trying to create controversy. I've just made a decision, and I'm going to put this up as I start talking about this. So Ed Westergriff, not too long ago in one of his videos, decided that he's no longer going to be buying from PWCC. And I thought about it for a little while, and I'd won this card, and I started thinking about what we can do as a community, because there's all the controversy going on with PWCC, and it bothers me about the altered cards and stuff, but what really bothers me more than any of that is the shill bidding that I know is incredibly rampant in the major consigners, whether it be PWCC or Probstein. And PWCC, there is literally evidence of, I've seen threads of text messages back and forth between PWCC and consigners, PWCC telling them literally to bid up their cards. And that doesn't sit well with me. I have a real problem with that as a buyer and a collector, where I'm trying to get a good deal. And I don't mind paying a fair price, but I don't want to be, getting shill bid by other people on cards. And so I've made the decision that this will be the last card that I purchase from PWCC. Mainly because, look, there's not a whole lot we can do in the community. We're not going to stop PWCC. We're not going to stop all the stuff or the cheaters and all that. The one thing I can do as an individual is I can make my own decision about stopping to buy from someone. And so I agree with Ed. And you don't have to agree with that, but that's just a position that I've decided to take. And not going to say anything more about it. There's nothing else to say. I'm just not going to continue to support and buy things from an organization that pretty much I know is crooked, and that's just not fair, and I just don't want to be a part of it. So that's the decision that I've made. Everybody else has to make their own decision, and you're not wrong either way. That's just what I've decided to do. So let me show you the last card that I will ever buy from PWCC. Let me get rid of their name here. And it's actually a really nice card. It's a 1962 tops for my 3-decade set. Babe is a boy, so it shows it's part of that Babe Ruth special subset that was in 1962 tops. Nice collector grade here of a 6. Really, really nice example of a 6 on this card. And I actually paid more than I should have. And I bid on that same day. This is what kind of put me over the edge, is that same day I bid very fair prices on about 15 cards, and this was the only one that I won. And so I just thinking to myself, like, man, this just isn't worth it. I don't like what they stand for, what's going on, how they're handling everything. And so there you go. There is my last card that I will purchase from PWCC. And there are plenty of other places to get baseball cards. So that is not a big deal. Not the end of the world whatsoever. And it's really actually a very nice card. So I'm happy to own it. So there you go, guys. There's my mail. Hope to see you tonight at 8 o'clock to see Pat Geek on Jeff on Beyond Cardboard. Hope everybody has a great night. Talk to you soon. Keep collecting.